Look, I'm not going to lie. I'm finding it a little bit difficult to find the funny angle in this Eskom story. Those of you who've been watching the Blunders for a while will know that the actual purpose here is to have a bit of a laugh at crazy things that are going on in the world of business. But the Eskom story, I don't know, man. Building Medupi and Kusile, that was a mistake. Hundreds of billions of rands gone west, and it now appears these stations will never work.
Yep.
And we don't really need the electricity because as prices have been rising, people have been finding ways to get off the grid. There are 50,000, almost 50,000 employees at Eskom, and not one single one of them seems to know what's going on and why this problem has arisen. The new minister says they're going to, with the board, commission an audit to look at their generating assets. I mean, sorry, this is 2019. What have you guys been doing up till now? This is clearly why you've been pulling the big salaries. And of course, there's the issue of non-payment. Apparently only 15% of electricity users in Soweto actually pay for it. I'm sure they feel very virtuous compared to their neighbors. As you can see here, I'm in the asset management business. We don't even really need electricity. So, the load shedding isn't such a big deal. It's Valentine's Day. You can go and have a camp out at home tonight. Romantic with candles. What does it matter if there's load shedding? What I feel most aggrieved about is the fact that those hundreds of billions of rands of money spent on those useless power stations is all going to end up back on the taxpayer, on a combination of the customer, the electricity consumer, and the taxpayer, because those debts keep clicking and those loans need to be serviced. It's like the comedians are saying on Twitter, if you ever have any children, whatever you do, don't call them Medupi and Kusile because, they will never work and you'll go on supporting them for the rest of your life. Yes, well, that story about, or the old proverb that says, this is a case where a poacher has turned gamekeeper. It describes a situation where someone deeply inappropriate is appointed to look after the defenseless livestock. Well, here's a good case in point. Apple. The company that makes the iPhones, the most respected and valuable company in the world,
Yes.
fired its general legal counsel some time ago. He is accused by the SEC, the regulator of the stock markets, of having indulged in insider trading.
What?
But here's the problem. He was the guy at Apple whose job it was to advise the rest of the employees in the group not to engage in illegal trading, insider trading, using inside information. It's quite hard to believe. The guy's name was Gene Levoff. There are literally cases where he sent out an email to all of the staff in capital letters saying you are not allowed to trade right now for the following period. It's quiet. We are in possession of share sensitive information. He then proceeded to fire up his Ameritrade account and sell $10 million worth of his own Apple stock just ahead of a trading update which came out, which was guaranteed to be disappointing with lower than expected iPhone sales.
Yep.
So I don't know about poacher turned gamekeeper. This reminds me of the old African proverb about someone who appoints a hyena to look after the goats. These app developers, so smart. Look at this latest one. It's Tinder, but for cows.
What?
Yes. Now let me explain. Dating apps, incredibly successful. Gone are the days where you had to meet your future spouse at church or the bar, or maybe both. Now, in fact, you can just upload profiles, apparently, and it does all the work for you. Simply logging in, they use artificial intelligence to find your perfect soulmate based on your Twitter posts and your likes and so on and so forth, and your shopping history. So now we see... back to the cows. Yes, what's this about cows? Well, do the cows have smartphones now? Are they going to be using Tinder for smartphones for cows? Not really. You see, this is apparently a breeding app, and it's going to be used by the livestock farmers. But the app itself is called Tada. Tada. That's not bad. Grindr, Tinder, Tada. And the idea here is that breeding cows will be able to swipe left or right in order to select the perfect breeding match and organize meetups. Yes, meetups.
Okay.
Marijuana use around the world is becoming increasingly, publicly acceptable. People are speaking out about their weed buying experiences. This story caught my eye. This is from Houston, Texas. a totally high man contacted police authorities in order to complain that his dacha dealer had a giant male tiger, an obese tiger, in his garage, secured only with a screwdriver and a piece of nylon.
What?
I mean, what the hell? You'd think this would be bad for business. The good news, of course, is the tiger has been rescued and will be relocated to a sanctuary nearby Houston and put on a proper diet.